equation of tangent and equation of normal. So what is equation of tangent and what is equation of normal? How can we find out the equation of tangent and equation of normal? So first of all, before understanding the concept of equation of tangent and normal, must have the concept of equation. We must have the concept of tangent and the normal. Tangent is basically a line which touches the curve at a single point. That particular line is known as a tangent, and the perpendicular line, yeah, perpendicular to the tangent, a line perpendicular to the tangent is known as a normal. Simple. So if we illustrate, let's say if we have a curve like this and a line which touches the curve at a single point, that line is known as a tangent, and a line which is perpendicular, a perpendicular line to the tangent, that means making an angle of 90-degree, that particular line is known as a normal. So this is your tangent, this is your tangent, and this line is your normal, which is making 90 degrees and which is perpendicular to the tangent. This line is known as a normal. So now if we talk about the equation of a tangent, since we know that we have the formula y equals mx plus c, since we know we have a formula that is y equals mx plus c, or we can find out the equation by using the formula that is y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1, right? So if we want to calculate the equation of a tangent, there is a need of the gradient that is m. And how can we calculate the gradient? We can calculate the gradient of the equation by using the derivative, by using the differentiation, the method of differentiation. Let's take an example. If we have an equation y equals 3x cube, or we can say 3x square minus 10x plus 4. This is your equation, right? And this is the equation of a curve, and the curve is touching the tangent at a point which is given as minus 1 comma 2, let's say, and they ask you to find out the equation of a tangent. So we know the formula for equation of a tangent, that is already written above, that is y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1, and you have to calculate the gradient, that is m. To calculate the gradient, dy by dx, which is the slope and also known as the gradient, we have to take the derivative. It will be 6x minus 10, right? So now we have to substitute the value. So now we have to substitute the value of x, and the value of x is minus 1. So if you will write 6 into minus 1 and minus 10, so m is equals minus 6 and minus 10, and the value of m is equals minus 16. That's your gradient, right? So you have to substitute this. Y minus the value of y1 is 2 equals the value of m, that is minus 16, and x minus x1, that is minus 1, and it will be plus 1. After rearranging, you will get y minus 2 equals minus 16x and minus 16, and y equals minus 16x minus 16 plus 2. Then y is equals minus 16x minus 14. That will be the final equation for the tangent. They ask you to find out the equation of normal as well. To calculate the equation of normal, we have to apply the formula for the perpendicular lines. That is m1 times m2 equals minus 1. We have the formula for m1, which is minus 16. So the value of m2 after substituting m1, you will get minus 1 by positive 1 by 16. That will be the answer. Now, the formula for the equation of normal is y minus y1 equals m2 into x minus x1. So y minus value of y1 is 2 equals m2 is 1 by 16 and x plus 1. After rearranging, it will be 16y minus 32 equals x plus 1, and it will be 16y equals x plus 1 plus 32, and the final equation of a normal is 16y equals x plus 33. That will be the answer. May June 2017, paper 1 variant 2, paper 1 variant 2, and question number 5. And they ask you that the equation of a curve is 3 plus 12 upon 2 minus x, and they ask you to find out the equation of tangent. Find equation of tangent where curve crosses the x-axis. Where curve crosses x-axis. May June 27, paper 1 variant 2, question number 5. They ask you to find out the equation of tangent where the curve crosses x-axis. If we plot this axis and this is your curve, which is like this, and it's crossing x-axis. So we have the point, or we can say the curve is something like this. ये हमारे पास जो है वो एक कर्व हो जाएगा, and it's crossing x-axis as a point, and you know कि whenever a curve or a line touches or crosses the x-axis, that means the coordinate on the main x-axis, the value of y will be 0. Yes. So if we substitute value of y as 0 in the main equation, it will be 0 equals 3 plus 12 upon 2 minus x. After taking the LCM, it will be 6 minus 3x plus 12 divided by 2 minus x, and 2 minus x on the left hand side will be 0. So it will be 6 plus 12 is 18 minus 3x, and the answer of x will be 6. So we do not have the coordinate right now to substitute in the equation of a tangent. So now we have the coordinate, that is 6 comma 0, which we have to substitute in the main equation of a tangent. So now the second task is to find out the gradient. To calculate the gradient, what we have to do is y bar equals the value of a constant, that is 3. The gradient, sorry, the derivative of a constant is 0. So it will be 0 plus, and then you can write 12 into 2 minus x raised to the power minus 1. First, I have rearranged the equation. It will be, I have to write 3 as well over here. So it will be y bar equals 0 plus 12 into minus 1, and then 2 minus x power minus 2. So y bar is equals minus 12 upon 2 minus x raised to the power 2. Now you have to substitute the value of x, that is 6, in the equation. So it will be minus 6 whole square. And the value of y bar, which is gradient, is equals minus 12 upon 2 minus 6 is minus 4, which is 16. Positive 16. And after cancellation, we will get 3 by 4. So the value of the gradient is minus 3 by 4. Now just substitute the value of gradient and the coordinates in the equation. Y minus y1 equals m into x minus x1. So it will be y minus 0 equals minus 3 by 4, and then x minus 6, it will be y equals minus 3 by 4x minus minus plus 6 into 3 is 18. That will be the final equation for the gradient. सो नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन बेटा आपसे कहता है कि यू हैव बीन गिवन विद अ पॉइंट जो मेरे पास लाई करता है कहाँ पर, इक्वेशन ऑफ अ कर्व में। कहता है फाइंड द x coordinate of the point where the normal to the curve intersect at x axis. Here is the main hint that you have to find the equation of normal. ये मेन हिंट है आपके पास. सो टू फाइंड द इक्वेशन ऑफ नॉर्मल, फर्स्ट थिंग इज यू हैव टू फाइंड द इक्वेशन ऑफ sorry, you have to find the gradient first. So to calculate the gradient, just take the derivative, and before taking the derivative, rearrange the equation. So it will be like this. Power should be, the denominator should be written in the numerator with the negative power. And then if you apply the derivative, it will be -1 and x minus 1 power -2 minus 9 minus 1 and x minus 5 power -2. So y bar is equals -1 upon x minus 1 whole square and minus minus plus 9 divided by x minus 5 whole square. Right? Now in the next step, you have to substitute the value of 3, which is given. This 3 x coordinate should be substituted in the equation. It will be 3 minus 1, that is 2 square, which is 4, plus 9 divided by the value of x will be 3. 3 minus 5 is -2, and -2 square is 4. So y bar is equals 9 minus 1 is 8 divided by 4. So it will be 2, yani gradient m1 is equals to. And to find out the gradient for the equation of normal, you have to apply the perpendicular condition. So the answer of m2 is equals, it will be positive 2. When substituted, you will get the answer -1 upon 2. Right? Now in the next step, you have to substitute y minus y1 equals m2 into x minus x1, and the value of x and y. The value of y1 is 5 and the value of x1 is 3. Y minus 5 equals -1 upon 2 and x minus 3. After rearranging, it will be 2y minus 10 equals minus x plus 3, and 2y is equals minus x, and when minus 10 will shift on the right hand side, it will be positive 10, and 10 plus 3 is 13. So this is your equation. So this is your equation of normal, which is your requirement basically. Now in this question, they ask you to calculate the x coordinate, since the normal is passing through the x-axis, and on the x-axis we know the value of y is equals to 0. So when you will substitute value of y in this equation, which you have already found out, so it will be 2 into 0 equals minus x plus 13. So the answer of x is equals to 13. This is the x coordinate on the main x-axis, right? Question number 3. So in question number 3, they ask you to find out the equation of tangent where x is equals -1. So as you know, okay, we must need the coordinate x coordinate and y coordinate as well. So just substitute the value of x in the main equation to get the answer of y or the y coordinate. So it will be 4 divided by -3 plus 1 is -2 whole square, and the value of y is equals +1. That's the y coordinate, right? So now in the next step, just differentiate the equation. So it will be 4 into -2 and 3x plus 1 minus 3. And then y bar is equals -8. And when you substitute the value of x -1, so it will be -3 plus 1 -2 whole power -3. So we can write as -8 divided by -2 cube. So it will be y bar equals -8 upon minus, and 2 cube is 8. The value of y bar is 1. That means the value of gradient is 1. Yes. -3 plus 1 is -2 -8. And when in the denominator, it will be, okay, yes, 3 as well. When you will differentiate it, First of all, power rule. The coefficient will be written as it is. Then power rule, and then differentiate without the power. When you will differentiate without the power, so derivative of 3x plus 1 will be 3. So I have not written 3 over here, so you have to write 3 as well. So it will be 3, and the answer for y bar and 3 over here. So the answer of y bar, which is basically the gradient, is equals to 3, right? So now in the next step, you have to substitute, it will be 3. So now in the next step, you have to substitute the values in equation of tangent. So y minus 1 equals 3 into x plus 1, and y minus 1 equals 3x plus 3, and y equals 3x plus 3 plus 1, and y equals 3x plus 4. That's the equation of gradient.